Good morning, yogis. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. I don't even know what date it is. Anyone know what date it is? April 23rd, maybe? Sounds right. Okay. Hello. Welcome. So get comfy. I'll turn this down because it was hella loud yesterday. All right, so get comfy. Today we are doing some softening. Okay, we've been doing a little bit of therapeutic work this week, but also yesterday, if you did that inversion with me, you might be feeling a little intense today. So we're gonna kind of like chill it out, soften it out. We're gonna start with the wall. So go ahead and grab your wall. You're also gonna grab a scarf. Where's my scarf? I don't know. You also need a blanket or a towel, okay? And I'm going to show you how I rolled that up. We're going to use the wall, the blanket, scarf. What else? And any other props you have. How's that? That should be good for now. And I'm just going to grab my scarf. So grab your scarf, your water, and all your comfy props. It'll be 10 seconds. Okay, so we're just going to jump right into it. So, and by the way, we're diffusing today spearmint. I have 3 drops of spearmint, 3 drops of lemon, and 1 drop of eucalyptus. And it actually happens to be the BOGO for today. So if you are following my journey over at Oil This by Jenny, you can hop in our Facebook group. And today, doTERRA is doing a BOGO, buy one, get one. So this combination is really meant to be for respiratory strength. And it's really great for just breathing in, opening up the respiratory system. And spearmint's like my favorite. So I usually do it with orange, but lemon's pretty fabulous. So grab your oils if you are having those with you today. And then, so what we're going to do with the, pause that for a sec. What we're going to do with the blanket or towel, you don't need it to be this long at all. You can just roll it to be just like a roll. But since my blanket's kind of long, I'm rolling it. Okay, so this part is going to be on my lower back. And I'm going to put, and then this part I'm just going to actually lay on because it's nice and soft. So I'm putting it close enough to the wall that I have space for my bum to just fall down close to the wall, okay? And then my low back is just going to come here. So we are actually going to start our practice like this, and then we're going to come out and we won't do super long centering today. This will kind of be it for us. All right, so go ahead and get yourself set up. You can put your strap or scarf just over to the side, and let's get started. So get onto the wall, and go ahead and you'll just hear, you'll kind of see how I scooch over. I want your bum to be pretty close to that wall. So here we go. So you're going to kind of scooch over so that you're sideways next to it. Maybe you don't have all this stuff next to you like I do, but your hip is going to be pretty much touching the wall, okay? And then you just scooch your bum over, and you can push your feet or heels into the wall to lift your bum more, okay? And then you're just going to keep adjusting until that roll of the towel or blanket is on your low back where that curve is supposed to be, or it's this way, upside down. That curve is supposed to be. That's where the blanket is. And if you don't have a blanket, you just want your feet up the wall, that's fine too. But we're trying to get that natural curve into the body, and then your bum is coming down. So just adjust that until it feels good. Now, if you have anything called like a weighted blanket or or sandbags or something heavy you can put on your feet. That helps to just let your hips be nice and grounded. You can also bend the knees here if you need to. I love them straight up. We're going to be here for several moments, so I want you to really just relax and enjoy this. All right, I'm grounded, I am safe, I'm secure. And I want you to picture your entire body just relaxing around this towel, this blanket, this rolled up thing on our low back. Just go ahead and let it soften around that space. Feel the blood start to turn in the opposite direction, flowing up towards your hips, or flowing down towards your hips now. The arms can be on the belly, on the heart, outstretched, palms down or up. See what the natural state wants to be. Start to feel muscles relaxing in the thigh. Notice the sensations in the low back. Notice any tension that you're holding in the body. And so if you have any back pain or you just need to feel some stretching in the legs, this is a great, simple posture to do in the morning or in the evening after you've been standing all day. Go ahead and start to stretch the arms behind you, right? So long stretch from the hips all the way up through the fingertips. Try to relax the shoulders. Inhale. As you exhale, you're going to bring a bend into your knees and start to roll over to one side. And then root down and start to lift all the way up. You can take the blanket or towel, move it out of the way. And then go ahead and place your bum back down onto the mat. Hopefully that opened already a little bit in the low back. And we're just going to do our centering here. You can just listen, okay? You don't have to join in, but again, I'm a big fan of vocal expression, of joining voices, of feeling connected. So just one sound of peace. Let's inhale. If you have those essential oils brewing, go ahead, take a nice big breath in to smell those. Fill your belly if you don't. And then as you exhale, bring your hands behind you. I've got my slippers in the way. Bring your hands behind you and bring your fingers forward if that's possible. Go ahead and just reach the knees back and forth. So you're just windshield wiping, letting the hip come up. Letting the hip come up. And then from here, we're going to bring the hips over to the hips. Yeah, the hips and the knees. Over to the left. And you're going to come into this crazy little pose. And you're kind of going to reach back and forth like your left hand is back to support you. You might be massaging out the glute muscle, the bump muscle. Okay. And if this exact positioning doesn't feel great to you, you can do a couple of things. You can bring it in closer, the heels toward the body. You can bring them further away. You can also bring your hands on either side of that knee, of the leg, to massage out some more, okay? And finally, we're going to be here for a few more moments. You can turn it into a somewhat of a pigeon shape already. We're going to go into this a little deeper later. And so I like to use this as a glute massager, but I also, if you're feeling you need that hip flexor stretch in the front of your hip, you can come into a pseudo pigeon. Okay. And then as you exhale, we're going to come back, let the feet be neutral, come into that windshield wipe again, and then go ahead and release the knees over to the right side. Go ahead and start to either bring your right hand back and kind of lean into it for support, right? Or you can bring the hands on either side of the knee and just maneuver back and forth. And then if it feels good to you, you want to go deeper already, just listen to your body, see what it needs right now. You can turn your left hip over to square and bring it more into a pigeon shape. Okay, so just breathing into any tightness, any pain that you feel from your week. Opening that hip flexor, maybe still massaging the glute on that right side. We'll do this more later, but you can always bend that back knee if you have some tightness in the thigh. And then as you exhale, come on back. Bring your hands back. Windshield wipe again. Now here, you're going to grab the strap. You might need a wall. This is only if you need more support in this next posture. Right? So what we're doing is we're just bending that. We'll start with the left side in. And we're going to bend that right knee. And we're going to kind of grab it and start to hold it in. So I'm just using the wall for support. If you need that, you might be able to come away from the wall. And in fact, you might even use the blanket to let your lumbar have that natural curve and to come forward again, right? So this knee can be bent. It can also be extended on the left side, but we're actually going to take the right side and open it up. So maybe you grab in the pinky toe with the thumb. Maybe you grab with your left hand the foot and the knee. And you can just kind of see how you can open up that situation. Okay, some of you might be able to bring it all the way into the elbow crease and then open up here. I did a lot of walking and movement and dancing this week, so I'm a little sore. So I'm going to keep it flowing. Go ahead and release that. Okay, we're actually going to go a little further on this side. So I want you to take the strap, or you might not need the strap, but I'm going to show you the modification if you do. You're just going to wrap it around your foot and hold, that's all. Any way that you can. You might be able to grab the big toe, okay, and just hold it out like that, or both hands around the foot, right? So it just kind of depends if you can reach, if your back wants to round like that, even though we want to try to keep the back open and long. Okay, so you're just taking your strap or scarf and holding it. Try to keep that natural curve at the back, long spine. You're just reaching through. You might even point and flex here. Oh my gosh, feels so good, and it smells so good in here. And you can even kind of move it out to one side. See what feels better. See where you get your edge, right? Your cozy edge of that edge between comfort and stretching your comfort zone. Good. 3 and 2. Inhale. Let it slowly drop. Just come to neutral for one moment. Again, you might be at the wall. That's fine. Feel neutral. Go ahead. That right knee stays bent. You're going to open up the left foot. You might just hold the shin. Okay. You might hold the foot with the hand and the left knee with the left hand. You might grab with your left thumb on the inside of the pinky toe and just open it here like a little pigeon, sitting pigeon, baby, happy baby, rather. And then you might even bring it into that rock-a-baby situation. So just kind of see what your body needs here today. And then as you exhale, release that. Grab your strap. Strap it up. You're going to reach through. And you're going to stretch and breathe through the hamstring. Alright? So go ahead and pulse it if that feels good. Again, you can hold the big toe only if this is sustainable for the back. You don't want to be super rounded at all. You want to relax the shoulder, right? Or if you can hold it with both hands, go for it. But the strap is nice because it allows you to really relax the upper back, right? We're not trying to be superheroes here. I love my props. I love them. Okay, maybe it's out to the side. Maybe cross the body. Cross the body and see how that deep stretch feels. Woo! Keep breathing. Keep breathing. 2. Inhale, release. Okay, awesome. So from here, you're going to release this. We're going to come onto our hands and knees for uno momento. Okay. And we're just going to roll forward. Hands and knees. We're going to roll forward and keep the elbows in as you lower down with a strong back, right? And strong belly. Let the head come down. The hands stay in cobra pose. And you're going to inhale, start to lift up. Keep the tops of the feet down. So you're not tucking the toes. You just keep the tops down. Lift the belly. Relax the shoulders for 3. And 2. Exhale, release. Turn your head to one side. Release your hands down and lift your feet. So bend the knees and just windshield wipe here. Good. Windshield wipe here. Awesome. We're going to inhale one more time. Release the feet back to tops of the toes, right? Tops of the feet down. Really strong core. We worked on this yesterday in video 33, I think it was. You're going to bring your hands down. Working on the core, right? You're going to bring your hands down. Lift through the belly. Roll the shoulders back. Maybe you lift a little higher. And if you can't get higher, that's fine. You can stay. If you want to get higher and you can't, you can turn the hands out. You can turn the hands, push them up a little bit. Roll the shoulders back, right? And really relax the upper back. We're going to lift the belly in and up. Breathe into the back. 3. And 2. As you exhale, roll all the way down. Release your hands again. Head to the opposite side and release the feet. Windshield wipe the feet. Bend the knees. Feet to the ceiling. Good. As you release the feet, inhale, lift back up. So push the hands down through where the chest is, release back up into your tabletop. We're going to do wide hands, so hands forward, inhaling forward, exhaling back. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Okay? From here, tuck the toes, lift up, straighten the legs. Or try to get towards a straight leg. So you can walk out the dog, bending one knee, bending the other knee. Cooperate with me, shirt. What's happening? Okay. From here, you just bend one knee, bend the other knee. So really walk out that dog. I want you to feel a nice, strong down dog today. So reaching through the fingertips. Right, come into stillness when you're ready. Come on the balls of your feet. You're going to kind of spread the shoulder blades apart. Okay, spread the shoulder blades apart. Push through the knuckles and the fingertips. Start to feel the strength of your arms coming up to your upper back. Let the head and neck be loose. 3 and 2. Maybe the heels draw down towards the ground. It's okay if they don't ever touch. Good. Last one. We're going to inhale, release the knees, and then come to seated once again. So we're doing less of a flow today, more of just like soft therapeutic poses. So go ahead from here. The hands come back. You're going to take the right foot and you're going to bring it over into a figure 4. Now notice if this is super hard for you. If it is super hard, you can go on to the back and do it, even though we're going to do that in a little bit. Or you can come on your forearms and you can do your figure 4 here, okay? But if you can, let's stay up for now. Hands can face wherever they want. Now you'll notice the left foot moves away if you don't want it to be that tight, right? Or you can move it close to you and then reach through the hands and start to lengthen out the spine. Let the heart lift forward. Let the shoulders relax, okay? And feel that nice deep stretch, that nice figure 4 pigeon stretch. Remember this pose for later if you're not able to do a full pigeon, though I am going to give you modifications for that. Okay, so we stretch deep in here. It just naturally stretches deep by the position we're putting it in, right? Lifting the heart. Get out of that low back if it's curled, right? You want to have a nice long spine. 2 more. Inhale. As you exhale to get out, you can bend the elbows a little, scooch that foot back. And then if it feels good to windshield wipe the legs, great, just a little bit. From here, we plant that right foot. The left foot comes up and over, so the knee, it comes to the middle of the leg, the right leg, right by the knee. So it's in line, the ankle's in line with the knee on that left side. Okay, so pushing through the hands, lift through the heart. Relax the shoulders. Breathing here. I want you to find a gaze point. So stop looking at the video for a moment. Look away. Relax the shoulders. Thank you, my oils, for reminding me to breathe. I'll put the link in the poster in the YouTube video so you guys can see how to get these at wholesale. So you always have something to help open your respiratory system, to remind you to breathe, to help with mood management, emotions, either with you or people in your home. And then as you exhale, bend those elbows, start to release the foot, release the feet. Good. We're going to actually roll down on our back just for a moment, and then we'll come up again. So go ahead and roll back down since we're here. And you can let the knees just kind of fall into the chest. I don't want you to pull them in. And you're going to kind of rock side to side. Now notice the hands. See if you can put them straight into cactus pose or field goal post, right? And you're going to just very lightly rock the knees back and forth here, okay? We're going to start to, and as you can see, this is one of my favorite things, to hold the back of the mat. It just encourages your scapula to lie flat, your upper shoulders and the upper back. And then from here, you're going to pull in that left knee. Not pull, but just let it come in. The right leg extends down, okay? From here, you can let the knee, you know, encourage the knee to come in if it feels okay. You can do that. And you're going to reach out through that right extended leg. Really reach out through the heel for a moment. And then from here, we're going to turn the knee across the body. So we're turning the left knee across to the right. And then we open up that left side. So open up that left side. You can reach through the fingertips. You're going to toggle between left knee down, left hand away from you. Right? Left knee down, left shoulders down, left knee down, left shoulders down, and then go ahead and find a sweet spot. So this is a spot where, again, you're twisting, but you're not straining. Your gaze can look up, or it can gaze across to the extended hand, and your right hand can be on top of the knee. You can always grab your prop and let it be underneath that knee. That feels super comfy. Blanket or block or pillow here is fine. And then as you inhale, start to turn back to center. Whatever you want to do in the middle. Maybe both knees come in, okay? Maybe a happy baby works for you. Maybe you just shake out the legs. It's like one of my favorite things to do. Get the charge out, right? All right, go ahead and bring that right knee in. You're going to move your blanket or proper pillow to the other side if you need it. Okay, extend through that left leg, that left heel. Start to really pull in. You know, I keep saying pull, but like, I'm going to find a new word. Lengthen in the knee. Release the knee in. You know, I want it to be more of like this intuitive movement in instead of a pulling. You never want to pull force. And then you start to toggle back and forth. So go ahead and draw that knee across the body to the left. And then you toggle between left knee down, right knee down toward the left, right hand extended. Okay, right knee down, the shoulder pops up, let the shoulder come down, let the knee pop up. Do that a few times until you find a sweet spot. And then maybe the prop comes under the knee. Then you just extend the gaze over the opposite hand. And you can let your head kind of dig into the floor to let the shoulders relax more, okay? Try to relax the hip flexor, the leg. And then as you inhale, roll back to the back. Move your prop. Again, happy baby is fine. Okay, or if you just want to shake it out, go ahead and do that. This pony's driving me nuts. Oh. Okay, as you shake that out, we're just going to open either again into a happy baby or a straddle. Start to bring the hands to the inner thighs. You might bring them to the outer thighs. Which support do you need the most? Reach through the heels, right? Go ahead and bring it back to center. Either rock forward and back. Like if you love the rock and roll of the spine, you're going to do that today. And this kind of encourages decompressing, right? In the spine sometimes it's good. If you love that, you can also roll over to seated. We're going to come back to our hands and knees and then downward facing dog. So get ready. You can leave it. All right. So from your down to the dog, right? You're going to start to walk the either feet toward your hands just like a couple inches or hands to the feet or both. And from here, you're going to really feel planted in the right hand. You're going to start to extend back and through the body. Okay, the left hand is going to come to the outer edge of the right calf, and you're going to grab that. Let the head and neck be nice and loose. If this is challenging and you can only hold it for a second, come back to down dog. Try it again. Right? Really push through the right hand, down dog hand, 3. So good. Really breathe in. Really plant that right foot, 2. As you inhale, come back to a regular down dog. Walk it out. Feel that difference. From here, plant the left hand. Go ahead, nice and strong. Okay, walk the hands back if you need to. You're going to root down. Let that right hand come across the body. Grab the calf on the outer side, the left calf. Let the head hang. Maybe it looks in between. Really root down through that left foot. Come back if it's too much. 3. And 2. Root down. Lift it back out into your down dog. Nice and wide feet, nice and wide hands. Go for it. You can bend the knees, of course, if you want. Come on the balls of your feet. Shoot that hip back, the hips back. Let the head hang. It's like a sumo down dog. Good. Straighten the legs only if you can. And then go ahead, keeping that wideness. Come down into a child's pose. Let the knees stay wide, but then bring your feet together. Go ahead and walk the hands away from you as you drop your head. Roll the forehead on the mat. Good. 2 more breaths here. And then start to drop your elbows. Start to, actually, you know what we're going to do? Drop your elbows and then start to look up. You're going to walk over to the right just a little bit. Feel your edge again. Feel the left hip reaching back. You're going to reach through the hands again and drop the head. Feel that left hip reaching back. Feel the side body long, the length there. Breathe into that open space, the open vertebra. And then as you inhale, look up. You can bring it back if you want. Walk over to the other side. Keep that right hip back. Extend through the right hand, extend through the left. Head comes down. And then root down, lift all the way up. Okay, so we're going to come into our pigeon now, and I'm going to show you a couple different ways I like to modify. So you're going to just walk forward. Let me see where, is that my only block? Hold on. Okay, we're going to walk forward and come over to the left side of your mat, okay? So you're in a hero pose way over in the upper left corner. And then from here, you just start to drop the hips over to the right. And so notice that right knee is kind of in perfect pigeon shape. You're going to start to extend that left foot back. Now, this is not my favorite, but it is a good option for people who really need to modify. You are going to grab either your bolsters, okay, or you're going to grab your blankets, and this is for someone who really can't come onto the square hips. Grab your blankets and pillows and do that. I'm going to keep moving on, okay? So this might be as good as it gets for you. You can always come back to the figure 4 on your back, on your forearms, or on your seat like we did, okay? So those are all great pigeon options. I'm going to keep moving here, though, and I'm going to start to place my hands down, move the hips to a square position. Now my left knee comes down, and you might put a block or something firm, not under the back knee, but under the back thigh. Okay, and from here, we actually encourage the hips to be square, but now they're more supported, and we feel much more free here. So even if you thought you had to go in that twisted kind of swan before, see if you can come to something like this instead. Now here you might lift up, you might stay up for a while, and when you're ready, you might start to come down and get all your props here. So I'm having the pillow and the blanket be kind of like for my forearms. Then I'm going to drop my forehead onto my other block, but you can also just let your head drop and maybe turn to one side. So you're going to be here for a while, having kind of a restorative, softening pose here. And notice how the block, if you have a block in the back thigh, you're actually starting to flatten the muscle, right? To kind of like get a deep massage in that back muscle. Pretty intense, actually. If you had it the other way, the halfway, it would be really intense. So notice here, if you can soften. If you can't, you can always come and bring more pillows and turn your head to one side, like I said. Soften the breath. Soften the muscles. See if you're holding on, even though it might be a tight kind of feeling stretch. Can you guys see me? See if you can breathe and soften into any tight muscles that you're feeling. 3 or 5 more breaths. And then as you exhale, okay, you're going to start to lift up. Now, you're going to try to drop that back knee and take the block out, but just stay in your pigeon for a sec. Those of you who don't mind this, and you could even go deeper, start to really reach out through the toes. Maybe if the knee is down enough so that the thigh really comes down, you can bring your back foot up. Okay, you might lean the left elbow down and find the stretch and grab that to really deepen the thigh stretch. Again, staying here for as long as is comfortable, remembering that we cannot grow within our comfort zone. So sometimes we need to stretch the limits. Release that. Go ahead and fall onto the right hip. You're going to fall onto that right hip and stay here for a moment. You're going to start to wrap the left hip all the way forward, okay? That foot that came back is going to be parallel with the top of your mat. I am going to, hopefully this is the right foot here that I'm showing you. I'm going to turn so that I can show you. We're coming into fire log variation. So the left shin is parallel with the top of your mat. The right ankle comes on top of the opposite knee. I want you to keep all these props, pillows nearby. If your knee is way up here, you're going to bring a ton of blankets underneath. If the ankle feels bad underneath or on top of this knee, you're going to bring a pillow or blanket there. Something, not something big, something really flat. Okay, you're gonna like prop it up. Maybe your knees way up here. You're gonna still stuff whatever you have around you there. If you don't need anything, you're gonna be in straight up fire log pose. Okay, you're gonna hold that. Maybe that's enough stretch for you. This is called a double pigeon, guys. It's pretty intense. So, again, try to breathe. If your knees way up and your back is rounding, I want you to soften the shoulders. Feel all those props. Breathe here, just a few more moments. Lift and lengthen. Relax the shoulders. 3 and 2. Guys, awesome. Go ahead and lean over to the side where the foot is pointing. So lean over to the left. You're going to release that. You can just come out any way that feels good. You can go back into a down dog if you want. Okay, find something neutral, maybe cat and cow. Something neutral. Walk it out. Walk it out. Feel that different side to side. See if you can land in any of these poses for a long time today. Give yourself the gift of breath. Then as you exhale, you're going to drop the knees. Scoot your knees up to the upper right corner of your mat. And just come into a hero for un momento. You're going to release onto the left bum. Notice how the left knee is perfect for your pigeon. Release that back foot behind you. Okay, so remember we did this shape at the beginning. Okay, so this is again the modified version of people who, for whatever reason, just can't come into that square hip pigeon. You're going to just prop yourself up onto this left elbow and just at least get this stretch either in the hips or the back thigh. Okay, if you can square your hips, you're going to push off your hands, lift up the hips, come into that square pigeon. The thigh, not the knee, can be supported by a block or some kind of maybe rolled up towel, something a little more stiff. Now, as I rock back and forth, this is what I was talking about with the muscle release. Okay, guys, this is what a massage therapist does. This is what we do with the tennis balls. If you've seen my tennis ball videos, we start to massage out the stiff, tight muscles. I could do this for the next 10 minutes. I can feel this all the way down my shins, my feet. I've been dancing a lot lately this week, and just having new muscle tightness, right? You can move it forward or back, however that feels. Now, if you're fine here, you can stay here the whole time. If you want to deepen, or actually soften, and get deeper with your upper body, you just go ahead and build that beautiful little tower and let yourself lean down on it. Thanks. And then maybe the head comes down, the forehead can come down straight, or you can turn to the left side. Turn toward the opposite side that you did the first time. Relax here. Letting go of any tension, guys. Any thoughts? Notice yourself holding your breath. What thoughts creep into your psyche in this position, in this point of the practice? Can you focus on the breath and let it go? A few more moments here. really deep in the breath. Push off with your hands. Lift on up. You're going to support your self with your elbows or forearms as you remove that prop from the back. You can push those props away. Start to really point the back foot back even more so that the thigh is down and the knee is kind of out of the way. Tuck the toe if you want to even bring it further back. Start to bend that knee. Good. So before we did a twist on the other side, which is actually a little harder. So again, you might turn towards the left. This is actually the more difficult one because it's a twist across the body. So you can do it in either side. But because we did that the first side, let's try it here. Tuck the back, bend the knee, open up. Start to really stretch through that thigh. Start to really breathe deeply if you're feeling any comfort zone challenge here. Exhale, release. Come on to the left buttock, guys. Support using your hands. You're going to turn that back leg all the way forward. And that's the leg that's coming to the top of your mat. So that's the leg that's coming parallel. Okay? And we bring the left ankle on top. And maybe you're here again and you need to get tons of support under that left knee. Okay? So that's maybe what it would look like. And then if you need something under the ankle, between the knee, go for it. Okay, and then you're going to push off the hands and lift and just try to relax. Try to have even shoulders, even chest, even breathing, even hips. Okay, and if you don't feel much, you release that. You can even, if you want to go deeper, bring the hands to either side, either foot. Inhale. And then from here, you start to lean down any amount if you don't feel that stretch, okay? So you can come all the way down into that fire log pose. Or you stay here if it's decent stretch for you. Relax the shoulders, relax the upper back. And just breathe here. Breathe into the thighs. Try to relax the knees. Good. Last breath. As you inhale, fill. As you exhale, release over towards that foot. So the left foot on the right side. Release that. Go ahead, come back to a downward dog or any other posture that feels good to you. You can even come through a flow. Okay, you can even flow. Exhale, lower down. Roll it up. You can hang out in a nice big up dog if that feels good to you. Child's pose. If that feels good to you, take 5 full breaths. In whichever pose feels really juicy after all that pigeony stuff. All right. We're going to start to come down onto the backs again. And again, we're going to probably end up in a restorative posture with props. So if you do have the blankets, pillows, and you need to maneuver them at all, go for it. I'm actually going to just set this up real quick. I'm going to fold my blanket the lengthways so that it would be comfy underneath my back. Okay? I'm going to set that up. Get your props ready. Nice folding job, Jenny. Okay. Yeah, that's not working out, but that's fine. Put that there. Okay. So grab your strap as you come down to your back. Just gonna make sure you can see me fully. Okay. So grab your strap. Yeah. And as you come down onto your back, Okay, we're gonna go right into it. So grab your strap, scarf, bring that left foot to the ceiling, so with the strap. So the strap goes around the ball of the foot. Bada boom. You can keep that right knee bent, foot on the floor. Bend the knee, inhale, stretch it up. Exhale. Okay. Bend the knee, inhale, stretch it up. Exhale. Now when I exhale, right, bend the knee. When I exhale, I'm feeling the kind of conversation it's having with my hips. I'm trying to let my hips be even, trying to feel those, the sacrum bones in the back, feel a little pressure from me pulling, right? But I'm not pulling like tense, I'm pulling relaxed in the shoulders, pulling that foot down so that the bones come, and that it encourages the bone to go back into the socket, like it is in the socket, but like really encourage it to deepen into that socket. And you just do this a few times. Bend the knee, exhale, feel that nice stretch, right? I saw a runner yesterday from far away, and he was like stretching before his run, and he was stretching, you know, this knee. He was standing up, but he was like stretching it all over the place, which is fine like once in a while, but remember I always say that it's encouraging to have it be nice and straight. I can't do it lying down here, but have it be nice and straight so that the knee joint is not like tweaking all over the place, right? So there's a place for stretching it way back here, but we want to today just try to get it into the socket. Now from here, go ahead and keep that nice pressure on the ball of the foot. Switch the strap into the left side and start to encourage it over to the side. So the elbow might come down, and that's how far you might go. You might grab some props and bring it under the outer thigh. I'm going to try to bring mine down, relax that hip. You can even straighten out this opposite foot, opposite leg. Maybe the hand comes out to the side, maybe the gaze. Okay, really try to encourage the thigh down on the right side. Two. Root down, lift all the way back up. Good. If it feels good to you to bring the forehead towards the knee for a nice little stretch, you can do that. Okay? You can start to bring the knee now towards you a little, so find that stretch. See what feels good. And then exhale, release that. Scooch back over on my mat. And then go ahead and place the strap around the ball of the foot on the right side. Good. So here the left foot can stay bent for a moment. You can bend the right knee, extend through. Inhale, bend the knee, extend through. Inhale, bend the knee, extend through. Inhale, bend the knee, extend through. So the other day in like yoga video, what was it, 30, 31, we worked with this charge. And so this side of my leg has a lot more charge in it. And so when you're bending the knee and feeling the sacrum, which is the lowest part of your spine that attaches to the hips, you feel that flat part of your back against the ground, and you're reaching through, you can feel this charge come out. And it might be tighter muscles, it might be a blockage that you're trying to release. Remember, guys, that when we search externally, okay, when we search outside of the walls of our quarantine room, when we search for other people outside to impress them, instead of searching for the answers within, we continue to, if we search for our answers outside and find, that we always want to impress the outside world, then we're constantly actually creating blocks in ourselves, and we're not finding the true part of ourselves. But when you work like this on your inner self and your inner body and your inner blocks, maybe cries come out, maybe this charge comes out, right, of the physical body, maybe emotions come out. You're releasing internal blockages and you become super powerful. And when you become powerful in yourself and you just act, and so as I'm talking, just go ahead and start to open that leg out to the side, okay, with the strap. You might just stay there. You might bring props. You might let it come all the way down, and this leg can stay here, or the left leg can extend, and you encourage the thigh to go down. And so I bring this up because the more that we work on ourselves and the more that we find that inner power and the more that we share, just our own thoughts and our own beliefs and not feel bad about what we believe in, then we actually encourage other people to do the same, right? And so then it's like, oh, we're not impressing each other. We're just getting to our best self or getting to our best truth. Reach through the heels in both directions. Good. See if the shoulders can come flat. Start to engage the core like I taught you in other lessons, where we start to bring the belly toward the spine and then lift up with strength. Okay? Exhale if it feels good to bring the forehead towards the knee, or just extend the foot back towards you. My gosh, before I had a baby, this foot would be like way down past my head, and it's so interesting, like life challenges that just bring different tightness into you for different reasons, and then we become, a beginner's body when different life events happen to us. And then inhale here, you're going to release this strap. Okay, now you can just wiggle the feet to the ceiling here like we've been doing. You can just lay in Shavasana. If you just want to lay there, that's fine. If you want to take a strap or your blankets, the reason why I folded them up the way I did is to lay over my bolster. So you can either, if you don't have a bolster, lay the towels or blankets over the bolster, or over just whatever, just the floor. Or you can roll the blankets in a nice tight roll. Bring them to the length of your mat and let your spine lay on them, okay? The other thing you can do is lay flat with your back. Grab the, just lay totally flat and bring the props instead under your knees, okay? So you can do that. So find your either Shavasana or find your nice restorative posture, and go ahead and allow the hands to do whatever they want. They can come palms up. That's more encouraging receiving, okay? The gifts that you just gave yourself through your energetics of the yoga practice. You can bring the hands to your belly, one heart, one belly, okay? And just allow yourself to feel the effects of this practice, but also receive the abundance of whatever the universe, spirit, God is giving you. You can ask for these things. I encourage you to say out loud what's bothering you if you can, if you're in a safe space to do that. Spirit, I am struggling with this right now. Spirit, I am struggling with not knowing when this quarantine will end. I'm struggling with my kids' home. I'm struggling with different personalities in the household. I'm struggling with the fact that I can't see my friends. Say anything that's on your mind that you've been struggling with lately. Just say it out loud, or at least say it to yourself if you can't say it out loud right now, and just release it out, blow it out. And then start to bring in the gratitude, the gratefulness for everything you do have. Gosh, I'm so glad that, I'm able to keep my job, or I'm so glad that my colleagues are so generous to me, and I'm thankful that the stimulus will come if you haven't yet, or has come if you haven't. And if you're unemployed, give gratitude for the time that you might have and the unemployment that might be coming. So find the graciousness, find the gratitude in everything that you do have, and you'll bring more abundance into your body, into your life, into your home. Stay here for a few moments. If you're watching the video, you can pause it and stay here for much longer, 10 minutes maybe. I'll bring you out in just a few moments. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murtaye Nishapantaya Shantaya Nirayambhaya Tejase. Deepening the breath, start to wiggle internal body parts, now external and facial. And as you deepen the exhale to bring them into your chest, roll over to one side, and with heavy hands and head, roll yourself to seated. Come with me to end this journey today. And we'll close by sounding once again with maybe our new strength, maybe our new softening, our new open heart. And we'll end that class by voicing our new sound with one sound of peace. So inhale with me. Thank you so much for joining me for this 30-something session for yoga. It's been so awesome teaching with you, knowing you guys are live and watching afterward. Thank you so much for your comments, your donations, your presence, your community. Again, I will put the 3 oils that we're diffusing today. Remember, eucalyptus is actually the oil of wellness. And so it has this ability to open up your lungs, but also if you have emotional stuff in your lungs, again, from not being able to speak your mind, from childhood asthma, things like that. It's such an encouraging, opening, wellness essential oil. It's so fresh smelling. And then the lemon and spearmint that's with it, the lemon particularly, is again something that cleans toxins, but it's also amazing for focus. So I'm actually going to put this diffuser on twice today with the same blend, like with the spearmint too, just uplifting, creative, kind of uplifting, abundant oil. And so the combination of these three are amazing. I'll put the link for you for anyone who wants. And today, if you're seeing this, it's BOGO week. So you buy some spearmint and get the lemon and eucalyptus for free. If you're seeing this YouTube video later, you can always come over to our Oil This by Jenny community on Facebook. And I always am educating you about essential oils and also what the best deals are for that week or month. So have an awesome day, you guys, and we will see you tomorrow morning for the last day this week, and when my son comes. So, you know, it's fair game, whatever he rules the house. So have an awesome day, guys.